Not content to follow the whims of Donald Trump, Democratic governors are fighting back against his autocracy, and it is exhilarating to watch. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. By now you probably know that Donald Trump just loves social media. The outlets give him a chance to bitch and moan all his entitled grievances about everything. They also give him ample opportunity to spread misinformation, often from Russian sources. And if you don't believe me, just check out Michael Wolff's forthcoming book, All or Nothing. It's worse than you probably thought. At any rate, Trump has sent out some extra disturbing tweets this week. First, there was this Sunday tweet that implied a president couldn't break the law. Trump followed it up with this news conference.
Lastly, we have another executive order that President Trump signed relating to independent agencies. This executive order would establish important oversight functions in the Office of Management and Budget and its subsidiary office, OIRA, supervising independent agencies and many of their actions, and also reestablishes the longstanding norm that only the President or the Attorney General can speak for the United States when stating an opinion as to what the law is.
Thank you very much, Will. That was the primary purpose of this conference.
Oh, it gets worse. Not content to claim he was above the law, Trump tweeted on February 19th that he was ending congestion pricing in New York City, something he does not have the power to do. More distressing, he also seemed to declare himself a king. Congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan and all of New York is saved. Long live the king. Naturally, that didn't go over well with Democrats or, people that care about living in a democracy free of despotic rulers with delusions of dictatorhood. And the blowback was immediate. Illinois Governor J.D. Pritzker gave a barn-burning speech on the floor of the state assembly. Check this out.
I swore the following oath on Abraham Lincoln's Bible. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of governor according to the best of my ability. My oath is to the Constitution of our state and of our country. We don't have kings in America, and I don't intend to bend the knee to one. I'm not speaking up in service to my ambitions, but in deference to my obligations. If you think I'm overreacting and sounding the alarm too soon, consider this. It took the Nazis 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days, 8 hours, and 40 minutes to dismantle a constitutional republic. And all I'm saying is that when the 5-alarm fire starts to burn, every good person better be ready to man a post with a bucket of water if you want to stop it from raging out of control.
Wow, the man didn't even hesitate to draw the Nazi parallels. We tend to overuse the Nazi analogy in this country when it comes to just about anything, but this time, Pritzker's words feel as appropriate as they do ominous. The autocratic ambitions of the Trump administration are unparalleled in American history, for sure. And at this point, only a complete ignoramus would think Trump isn't trying to dismantle the Constitution. Anyway, Pritzker was not the only governor to clap back at Trump's declaration of kingship. New York Governor Kathy Hochul fumed at Trump's order to remove congestion pricing. Have a look.
At 1:01 p.m. today, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. At 1:58 p.m., President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. You sure as hell are not going to start now. I don't care if you love congestion pricing or hate it. This is an attack on our sovereign identity, our independence from Washington. We are not subservient to a king or anyone else out of Washington. So this is the fight we're in. We're fighting for our residents, our commuters, our riders, our drivers, our emergency personnel. Life has gotten better for those who have asthma, people with illness. That's who we're fighting for.
In case you're unfamiliar with the concept of congestion pricing, it works like this. At designated times of day, motorists pay tolls for the use of certain streets or bridges in Manhattan. Low-income residents or disabled people are also eligible for discounts. The price surging doesn't just generate more money for the city, it's decreased traffic congestion by about 8%. New Yorkers now report that commute times have reduced by almost 40%. First responders, like firemen or paramedics, have also praised the move, saying it decreased their response times for emergencies. So yes, congestion pricing is a good thing for commuters and for the city. So no wonder Trump wants to remove it, since it's just another way to inflict pain on the American people, particularly in a city that hates his guts. As for Governor Kathy Hochul, she's already run afoul with Trump earlier this week, following the dismissal of bribery charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Trump does love a bribe, doesn't he? 7 federal prosecutors resigned over the move, citing a quid pro quo plot from the Trump administration. Trump's Justice Department ordered the charges dismissed in hopes that Eric Adams would enforce Trump's mass deportation of immigrants. Kathy Hochul is now weighing her options to remove Adams herself. The Charter of New York does give the governor the power to remove the mayor in cases of corruption. But the clapback from Hochul and Pritzker should give Democrats, or anyone else who cares about democracy, hope. Trump may have cuckolded congressional Republicans. He may have his head planted firmly up Vladimir Putin's rectum. He may look for any way he can to disobey the law, but that doesn't mean other American politicians will go along with his torching of the Constitution. And it doesn't mean the American people need to either. Support politicians like Pritzker and Hochul in their resistance of the Trump administration. Call your representatives and encourage them to do the same. Trump may dream of being a king, but the American people can still give him a rude awakening. This is Occupy Democrats.